Wow. I don't know. I've got no one to talk to right now, but that was pretty cool. I think you're hopefully agreeing. I'm going to look over here on the comments and see what's going on and try and keep up to date with you guys and keep up. Sets do look great, Jason. Yeah, it's amazing when you see it there and the amount of work that goes into the detail, but watching it now, the way they've done it, it looks incredible, man. And again, with the costumes and the makeup and just the added this, that, and the other from the CG team, it's just it looks amazing. It looks great. I only got to watch it once though, and I'm a big fan of watching it 3 times. But I mean, what do you think? I mean, is that gonna that's just making me want more. Don't know about you guys. It was great to watch. Absolutely great to watch. I'm just going to try and get these guys on if I can. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't know if we are going to come back or not, but I think that's worth coming back for to have a chat. Rusty, thanks. Yeah, that's everything was. I'm super excited and pumped. Just as a fan as well, it was so good to see. I need to watch it again. Again, if you guys are watching it again, I'm going to stick around for a bit. And hey, welcome back, sir. How was that?
That was amazing. That was so cool. Holy smokes, was that great?
Right. Like I was just saying, it's when you're there and you're doing it, you're feeling it, and you're pumped, and you're just super excited. But man, when you watch it all put together, and hats off to all of the team. I mean, what an amazing job.
It really feels like a really big step up from the first episode. First episode's great, but it just feels like the world has just grown so much more with the locations and, you know, using the LED, all that. It really feels just bigger. The world feels much bigger.
It does, and the pacing of it doesn't. Yeah, you know, it seemed great, and just as we're getting here, I don't know if you can see that one, but incredible emotional storytelling. Excited to see where the story goes next, and that's from Corey Westerhold, and I agree. It's, you know, it's not in my everyday thing, and I want to see where this goes, whether you're doing it or not. You just want to follow the story of this squad and these people in it. And it looks like Oberyn Gunn is alive. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting to see where this is going to go.
I'm really impressed by the way it was shot, cinematography wise, just the camera angles, very dynamic, just with the stormtroopers moving through hallways and the high angles, and just, you know, that sort of Dutch angle on the staircase of them coming up. Really professional, man. Like, just, you can tell I mean, you know, this is, even though it's a fan film, people working on this are clearly working professionals. Everything looks fantastic. And Victoria with her acting.
I mean, when she pulled that white stone out, just the, you know, and I found this in other things we've watched, and again in Kenobi as well, it's the same thing. Sometimes when you don't say anything, the face just says it all, and it's just, it's pretty powerful. And you're a pretty badass yourself, sir, to be honest. There's very intimidating general coming on there.
I mean, you guys did. I mean, the camera work is fantastic, because I'm in my late 70s and I look fantastic in this.
Me too. Amazing how Star Wars keeps you young, right?
Yeah. And the great, now we start to see more of the periphery character, you know, with like the prosthetics and all that stuff of the alien creatures. That was great.
Right. The makeup, the costumes, everything, you know, and hats off to the people that have done it all. I mean, and again, these people are doing their own thing. We do have a makeup team as well.
Sure.
I can't remember to name everybody because I'm in that excited mode of trying to watch all of this, but Shannon hopefully will give everybody the respect they deserve in the chat. And hopefully those guys are in the chat to say, that was me, that was me, that was me. But everybody you see on there is, again, volunteering their time and super excited to be in there. So it's great. Yeah, I'm just trying, there's so many comments coming in here. Let me just go through a couple of them there. Let's get back up here. What do we got here? So there you go. don't know if you can read that one.
Of course I can. Anytime anybody's giving me props, I can read that for sure.
Yeah.
Very nice of you. Thank you very much.
Changlorious bastard. It was so perfect. David, that really fits Imperial General. Great job all around. So there you go. What else have we got here? Up the quality in quite a few notches. Really liked it. It was longer than I expected, but as long as I'd hoped. Actors, design, music, and everybody in the team did an amazing job. Thank you. And that's from Akira Ungard. That's great. Thank you so much. I don't know about you, but I'm probably gonna have to watch that a few more times. Have I said that already? I don't know. I'm pretty excited.
The opening credits, just with that sort of animation that they're using there, I really like that a lot. I thought that was really interesting and dynamic. Just really great. The tension building with the firing squad, with pulling the stones and everything.
With the Death Troopers coming in, quite intimidating. Intimidating. There's a couple of
that was my. So that's the part when I was on set that really kind of blew me away, when I came around the corner and I saw the actors in the Death Trooper outfits. I was like, wow, because the actors are, I know one of the two. They're tall. They're like 6'4" dudes.
Yeah.
And
that's the whole point with one of those Death Troopers. They're intimidating. They need to be.
Yeah. And seeing in the full regalia and everything, I was like, oh, wow. I mean, it did not disappoint. Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, hang on a second. Welcome back.
There she is.
Were you watching it a second time?
Yes.
Just recrimping my hair.
Ian Mitchell says, I could tell it was a fan film. Hang on. I couldn't tell it was a fan film. And that was damn good. Thank you. Thank you so much. This one coming in here, this show really has its own vibe. And I think that's what Marco and Andy want. They want that their own vibe, and not to steer away or change anything, but just have that own vibe. And it's a story that we feel quite impassioned about. It's incredible. And Victoria?
We were just commenting on the good acting that you did in this. Really strong.
Oh, thank you. Back at you, David.
Oh, wow. Both of you. It sets the pace. It sets the scenes. It sets everything. It's you know, you're intimidating as hell, and it's good to see. That's the way a general should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, that was really fun to do. But and I could sit here and talk about my acting all day. But Victoria, the scene with you, like two great scenes when you're, with the firing squad and all that moment where you realize you've pulled the stone, and just that's it. And then on the ship, when you're having that great moment talking about him being captain, all that sort of stuff is really strong. It's really good work. Yeah, it's really nice. You should be really proud of yourself. It's good.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, it's like I keep echoing this, but it's just easy when you have a fabulous cast, and just everyone is so just in it with you and zoning in with you, and makes everything easy around you, right? It's an actor's dream when everyone's I'm
gonna pop this up there. This is from a friend of the show, Paul Sang-Ang Lee, bitter Asian dude, otherwise known as Captain Carson Taver, from many of the Star Wars streaming on Disney at the moment. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate it. Good to have you joining us, and hope to see you soon. That's awesome. I'm just going to keep popping these up where you guys are chatting.
Mm-hmm.
So love the opening theme. That's just what you were saying, David.
Yeah.
How dare you guys set it up with a cliffhanger?
Yeah.
That's the whole point, right? I mean, if we're going to put you through that way, we might as well give it a good cliffhanger so you go back and keep watching it, and then we'll get to the next part. Wow, I don't know. I've got to watch this again. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really well done. Now, so just for my dinosaur brain, this is basically all funded by fans helping this production out. Is that?
It's not. It's the Twin Suns Foundation has a Patreon, and Twin Suns Foundation is Andy. I could call him Mando and Arky, but Ando and Marky is another one. But Marco and Andy, that's their foundation. That's where they base stuff coming in for the stuff that you just have to get and buy. Right. But there is no like crowdfunding or anything like that.
I see.
In that respect, and it isn't funded by the fans. It's really the only thing that these guys can do is have their Twin Suns Foundation set up with a Patreon to get some kind of, everything else is just donated. The set pieces, the time, the effort, everything. So labor, parts, everything that goes into this is all donated. No one's getting paid. And that's one of the strict rules and guidelines you stick to.
No, but yeah. So just as far as, so everything is donated. That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. Everything is a donation of time, or physical set pieces or wood or tools or things like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of time it's just time. I mean, it takes time.
Yeah, it's so strange that they paid me so much money for one day's work. I still don't understand that, but anyway,
this is the reason why there's never a rap party, David. They've been saving up. They've been saving up to get you on.
For everybody, or we could pay you. I'm like,
yeah,
is that a question? Let's just give the money right here.
Yeah. That's So thanks very much. You know, we're never going to.
You're welcome. Yeah.
But it's worth it. It was worth it.
Boy, I was so impressed by this. Really, really looked fantastic.
Victoria, how does it feel to almost die?
Oh, well, it was great to have this finally released. I'm sure the fans can agree. It was, well, obviously, you know, like on set, you either have the real deal there or you don't. So working with what I had to work with, it's all imagination, and just, it was great. It was great to like have that and just experience that and just be present with that and just step into, this was about to happen.
It was powerful, man. It was powerful. And
but within the tone of the show, right? Like within the tone of Star Wars, right? There's so many things to think about with that.
Yeah. Right. And we get to see KR8 take action a few times here. But what about KR8? The last time we see KR8 is whizzing across the floor. What's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, is this T-shirt going to be for a legendary person or droid we're not going to see anymore? I mean, what happened here, man?
And it's a really it's a fun moment with the standoff, and then KR8, and they're like, okay, cool, we're just going to kind of like step away. It felt a little, and I don't know, maybe that's just it almost felt like a little bit of an homage to Raiders of the Lost Ark when the guy comes out with the sword and then Indy just like shoots him. I don't know if that's something that just popped into my brain.
Very much so, and I love the reaction.
I think there's going to be a big standoff, and then okay, we're just going to move.
And when you think about the timeline that we're in now, we see in the first chapter that the Death Star was obviously blown up, so we know that we're on that point, that verge of after Return of the Jedi. So, you know, the Empire doesn't just suddenly end.
Yeah.
So these guys are still out there. They're still trying to rebuild. They're still trying to do their stuff. But you can imagine in an underworld like 1313, it's already imposed by the Empire's rule, and some people feel safer having strict rules and regulations. Right. But now these people are going to be rising up, going, "Wow, hey, you just have, you know, you've been taken out. We've got more power over you now as our hardcore underworld." And nope.
I got a little bit of Snatch, like the film Snatch, you know, when they're all like, I got a little bit of that vibe as well from it.
Yeah. The scenes coming through the corridors and stuff. I mean, I remember doing that, and that's one of the first things we filmed. It was one of the last things you see. Yeah. And I remember feeling it felt so cool to be in that darkened corridor. They had the atmosphere there with all the misting. We had the flashlights on the E11 blasters. It was cool as all hell. It really was.
How many days did this block shoot? Like how many? Like it was over a couple of weekends, right?
It's most of the time it's over the weekends. If it's,
do you know how many days in total to do the second?
I don't know. If we ask, Shannon's on the chat again. Thanks, Shannon, for joining us again. She's the number cruncher and the person behind the scenes who makes all this glue together and everyone and wrangles everybody and basically does everything. So she may well have that.
Yeah, I'd just be curious, Shannon, if you can tell us how many days principal photography was for this second block.
I'll keep an eye on the chat here, and if it pops up, I'll put it in.
Come on, Shannon, for God's sakes.
She's
sorry.
She says I'm counting right now.
Okay, great.
Oh, and this comment from Andrew Turner. Rumor is that KR8 is now dating Lola from Kenobi. Oh. Gronk here says, congrats, really enjoying the series and need more Bucketheads. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've taken out, we've gone in, we found out that Oberyn Gunn's alive. That's obviously quite interesting to find out. The last time we saw him, he's getting blasted to bits in the forest. So yeah, where is this?
Definitely added a shift. Yeah, definitely added some nice conflict there. You know, some pushing and pulling for sure. So it's game time now. Serious game time now.
And I think we saw at the beginning it had been a year since we saw the last one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he obviously hasn't showered after your comment there, Victoria.
Exactly.
Yeah. What a great reveal, and what a great time to finally see the semi-covered face of Mr. Mark Meir. So that was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing where this is going to go.
Mm-hmm, so when we were working in the volume, was that just for the stuff around my scene, or was there anything else shot in the volume, or was that all?
I believe when we were in there that was just for the scenes that we see at the beginning for the decimation order, which again people were talking about in there about the decimation order and how powerful that scene is. But yeah, that's at the moment I believe that's all we've done as far as the scenes that go there. We did use LED technology in the set of the streets of 1313 just to create more more depth into there. There was a couple of LED screens there. I don't know if you saw the LED screens with the Twi'lek zipping down the pole, advertising the strip club and all the rest. There was so much detail put into there.
1313 was so fun.
Yeah, and that's a set that we still have. The set is permanently there in the upper levels of the studio, and it can always be used again. But there's so much detail that's gone into it from the guys building it and the design work behind it. Even down to the noodle bar. The noodle bar was one you could walk into, and you got your Mon Calamari.
I did laugh in that moment where you just see you don't see the knife. He's chopping, and like all his food is like flying up in his face. Like
it was cool. It was cool, and that was filmed a while ago as well. So it was interesting to see that pop up in the book Boba Fett as well. Same kind of thing with the chef, which was interesting.
And those are practical sets that they built for like the ship, and when they come and they get Oberyn, like those are all practical sets you guys built, right? Or the crew built those.
Yeah, the apartment, the hallways, the street level, going through the doors, everything there is for reals. I just missed to see if Shannon's put any numbers up. Hang on, here we go. This is for you.
Wow.
So
I was well up.
Yeah.
13 full days plus some little extras.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Amazing. That's incredible. I'm just sort of figuring that out in my actor brain. Like that is a lot to shoot. That may seem to some people, it may seem like a lot of days, but that's actually not to shoot what you guys did, considering so many special effects and all of that sort of stuff. That's incredible.
And that was also spaced out on separate weekends over the course, I think it was of a year almost. I mean, I've run out of knowing what day it is anymore. Because of life. Yeah. Caleb here is saying that pre-production consisted of 7 to 8 months.
Yeah. Thanks for chiming in, Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah. It's what have we got here? Nice to see aliens such as Mon Calamari. Yeah, that was an amazing Mon Calamari made by Terry Chewy. He built that himself. That's his costume. So it was great to see it on set and made to look so cool.
Did we see about a 5-second cameo from Mr. Sean Major? Was that?
I believe we may have done. Yes, indeed. There was a few cameos.
A slow close up from him there. Yeah.
A few cameos from people that work really hard behind the scenes making this work, which is great. Well, yeah, and for that, it's just seeing your face on the screen for the first time is great. I mean, in the past, you've just jumped into armor and portrayed any stormtrooper you can to make it happen because you can do that because they kind of all look the same in some respects. But it was fun to get buckets off, and it was fun to be scrambling around and doing stuff in different costumes, and no one's ever going to know. And I think that's the funniest thing about it. And it is actually cool to know what you get up to, but no one's ever going to know. So to finally see your face up there is kind of cool. Caleb also, we see Caleb there front and center in the lineup on the dropship. So that was cool. Yeah, it's someone says here, where are we? The Sassy Zabrak, another highlight. Absolutely. It was great to see all those costumes and all the makeup going on. I just wonder how much more we're going to get. How much more time are we going to spend down in this grotty underworld? And are we going to get to go in all of those different places that we see in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody enjoyed. I don't know if there's any other questions or comments that are going to come in here. I know you guys are super busy as well. How long have we got you for? Is there anything else you want to talk about on this? Is there anything else anyone else wants to put up there? I mean, I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Victoria, what was your favorite? Did you have a favorite moment in this second chapter for yourself working, or something you saw in the what was a favorite for you?
Yeah, working with Troy, Mr. Troy Mundell, in that moment where he hands me the stone.
Yeah.
Because me and Troy are really good friends.
Oh, cool.
And we've trained together as well. So we've already got just so much chemistry, and we've got, we've got that such a good energy between us, and we can mess around with each other, and we're totally cool. And so in that moment, it was just so real. It always gets me. It's just like having a moment, if you would say goodbye to someone, and obviously we're in a different, the show, the time, what's happening, this amazing world we're in, but it's saying goodbye to my partner in crime, if you like, but saying goodbye. So it was very real.
Oh, that's
and that
cool.
was a gift, right? That was a gift from the writing. That was a gift from the directors. That was a gift, because having to work with Troy and do that, that's a gift.
Oh,
that doesn't come around often.
Yeah. I missed that because, of course, no eye contact with David Lewis when he's on set, so I didn't really see any.
It was very awkward. That's why I keep looking off. I keep looking off now.
Yeah,
exactly. Just so you don't think I'm looking at you. I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna put this up, and Shannon makes a good point here to the comment about the Zabrak. That was Lucas Cochran. He was, for those Canadian watchers or anyone else that watched Daily Planet, he used to feature on that. But yeah, did a bang up job, and his wife was responsible for doing the makeup, and does a bang up job on that too. So yeah, it was really good to see it. Everyone's kind of digging the Zabrak there. It was a good interaction, really good interaction. And then the giant dude beside him with the with the sonic boom voice was pretty cool. Yeah. It's always cool to see the biggest guy go down first, and it just shuts everybody up. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. We got another comment here from Andrew Turner, one of the other brothers in Nova Squad, who was to my right on this and was sleeping, kind of like Aliens dropship moment. But he says, I can't believe they added snoring effects while I was slept. That was. I'm gonna have to watch that again and see if that's true. We do get to see a lot of other characters in there, and I think it's going to take a few watch to see them all behind the scenes. I know we had a couple of Jawas in there. I know we had just so many.
Yeah, that was great.
Different little things going on.
David, I have the same question for you, and I know that was we've just seen that scene with you, but within that section that you filmed, what was kind of the most enjoyable moment for you? Like getting geared up, like what was the most enjoyable moment for you?
Yeah, it was. You always get a little bit nervous when you walk onto a new set, no matter how long you've been doing it for, and seeing like the Death Troopers and all their stuff, and then seeing the volume and seeing everybody's like, okay, I just want to make sure I don't screw up. And then I guess it was just seeing playback. It was doing it, and then watching playback and going, wow, like this world just looks so full and complete. And you do it a couple of times and you get all the words out and you're connecting with the other actor, and that's great. But just watching playback for the first time, because I don't usually watch playbacks, it's like, well, I don't know, just okay,
right.
But I wanted to see it because I wanted to see how the volume translated, and just like, whoa, and like, see like ship taking off behind me and stormtroopers walking past, and
all the action going on around you. You don't take any of that in. And again, if you
because normally you would just have a green screen behind you, right? So to watch that for the first time on set and just go, oh, this is going to look really dope. Yeah.
I mean, and obviously for you, it's always a one take, right? So you don't get to do it repetitively. And
and that's in my contract. No matter what happens.
You don't spend too much time in there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this one up there as a question that's coming from Board Child. Will there be any Force users in the show? I don't know. I'm pretty sure these guys don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that would be interesting. I mean, can you have Star Wars without Force users? That would be an interesting concept to not have any. So we'll have to see.
Because it's not like they wouldn't be able to. I mean, from what we've just watched, it's not like they wouldn't be able to pull this off. I mean, they're pulling off everything. So it's just a matter of, do we want to tell that story, or I don't know. It's not like we don't have the technology to do that, because from what I've just watched, it looks incredible.
But we're also in a timeline where the only Jedi left is Luke Skywalker, right? So he's got to find people and retrain them now, as far as this timeline's going forward. But who knows? Who knows? I'm more interested, honestly, to see the scum and villainy of 1313 and what these troopers are going to have to get up to now that they found that their previous captain is alive and doesn't seem to be the same man he used to be. So what's going on there? There you go. This is a Rogue One had no Force users in it other than Vader. And that's the dark way. That's the Sith way. That's not quite the same. So it's
one of my fellow coworkers there you're talking about. So just be easy there, bro. I mean,
a boss.
We've all got dental because of Vader. So let's just I'm doing okay over here in my part of the world.
But hey, by the way, he's dead. So
yeah. Fair enough.
We haven't really seen much of this. We're getting it now. We're getting what happens after. It's cool to know that it doesn't just end on the blowing up of a Death Star. Obviously, otherwise there wouldn't have been two. Or a planet that's a Death Star or anything like that, right? So these guys are obviously still working behind the scenes, but these troopers are off on an adventure.
It's great to and this isn't, obviously the later Star Wars movies have done this as well, but humanizing the stormtroopers and seeing their conflict with what they're doing and the interpersonal relationships and everything. It just, as opposed to, in the first Star Wars, they just had helmets on. And it's like, are they people? Are they robots? Like, what's even going on here? Now to sort of see your characters come to life and having these moments with each other is interesting. It's really cool. So they're not just faceless robots.
And a lot of people still think, even now that they're all clones still, but that's not the case. And we're seeing that being brought to us by the story in Bad Batch, the animation Bad Batch, and we're seeing how the changeover goes from the clones and things like that. So I think the only time we saw buckets come off was when Han and Luke took them off in Star Wars, and then it probably would have been in Force Awakens for Finn. I think that would have been the next time. Yeah, I think that'd be the next time we see buckets come off.
Finn.
It's the same with anything, though, right? The soldiers, the people, the fodder. You don't need to know them. And it was always, to me, a comical thing when you would have the what happened. Like in James Bond, everyone wears the same thing and they all get gunned down. And then they do the life and times of the guy that got shot who had a family back at home or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Got a broken leg and now he's on disability. But
or the red shirts in Star Trek. If you've got a red shirt on in Star Trek, you're.
I want to echo that, though. I think, through the lens of the stormtroopers, it's really nice to see, and also like representing a strong female amongst, a group of men in that stormtrooper world, and really holding a place without having to like try and hold a place. She's just there and she's in it, and she's it was so nice just to step into that strength and bring her alive, for sure.
She has a military rank and people are acknowledging it. That's just fantastic.
And we see that on the dropship when the spunky private pipes up, and shuts them down straight away.
Yeah.
And certainly
it's really nice to kind of like represent that as well. You know, keep bringing those strong female roles in. You know, keep bringing them in.
Yeah, yeah, and it's great to see female roles in Stormtrooper armor as well.
Yeah,
so, but it was cool. It was very good, and you can see the respect that Torrin has for his counterpart there. So
definitely,
it's definitely been earned, and it's not just because of that little droid.
It's watching these types, watching like a franchise like this evolve and grow. So it's not just like everybody in the Star Wars world was white and had a British accent, you know, whatever, having it colors and different genders and all stuff like it's a universe.
Yeah, that's the way
it's a lot of different humans or you know, beings, and it should grow.
Especially now with everything that's going on now, is, you know, people need to be made very clear on this. It's a universe. If you're, you know, it's been said a couple of times in this last week, if you want aliens, if you want this, if you want that, then you have to accept that everybody is different in the universe.
Right.
And you don't have to have a generic standard thing here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great to see it. And I'm glad that's coming through, and I'm glad they're doing it. It's definitely very empowering for a lot of people to see this represented on the screen in any shape, way, or form. And I'm glad we're seeing that in this fan film series as well.
Exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Have I said that before? I think I've said that for
I think you've said you're going to watch this again 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and I keep wanting to kind of hurry it up so I can do that. But I'm so happy to have you here, and we can talk. It will be great.
I do have to carry on with my life.
I know.
This hair color doesn't hold itself. I've got to get another thing in there, and I've got to go do some stuff.
Well, I'll put this up again there so you can see all the comments coming in on a positive side, and everybody is loving this, and it's good to see that. It's always great to see the positive comments, and it's always great to see that the fans out there just appreciate what's going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, not demanding, not wanting, not criticizing. They're just loving what they're getting. It's content, and it's free, and it's there for you to enjoy. And I think it's always great to see the positive comments come in and the fun that people have with it. You know, we're all part of a big team. We're all part of a big family here in the Bucketheads, and every fan that likes, everybody that likes and comments and passes it on to a friend, we're all part of the same family here, which is the more we get, the more we can do. And really appreciate the positivity out there with our fans and the people that enjoy it. So keep it coming in.
Man, life is short. Why are you complaining? It's gonna, you know, you're gonna be gone pretty soon. So enjoy everything that's happening right now. What a great time that we live in.
Yeah. And again, thanks so much for giving up your time. I know this is kind of like a last minute thing, but it was super good to do it and get everyone pumped and talk about it afterwards. Really appreciate coming on. I'm sure we'll do more of this in the future when we got some stuff to share with people.
Thanks for taking care of all of this, Steve. That is a lot of work. I appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem.
We appreciate you.
And enjoy everything that comes up this weekend, and enjoy that. And can't wait to see you guys
on Instagram, the Bucketheads film on the Instagram page for updates as well. Yeah.
Bucketheads on Instagram, or you can just type in www.bucketheads-series.com. Go to our landing page, check out all of the different social media that you can get onto. You can even go to the Patreon site and see what's on offer for you to be a great patron of this, and check out everything that's going on and keep up to speed with it. And keep following, keep liking, and keep telling your friends.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Can't wait to see you guys again.
Thank you. Remember, no eye contact, but
no eye contact.
Great to see you guys again down the road.
Absolutely. We're still going to carry those sticks around to make sure we don't get too close. And so the next time I see you, we'll hopefully be on set, and that'll be amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thanks
for joining. Pleasure seeing you, David. Thanks.
That's good to see you, Victoria. Great work.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for everybody out there. We'll see you again soon.
All right.
Bye for now.
Yeah.